All right. What's up, you guys? What's going on, all you guys out there in the Matrix? Have you figured out how to get out of it yet? All right. Well, I've got some stuff, some lessons that could be helpful. These are lessons that were learned in Venezuela by people that live in Venezuela, and the type of shit that they're going through for the past, I don't know, couple of years, for a few years actually. Especially just recently, all the power outages and blah 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 and all that stuff, because the whole country went out. The whole country went out of power for a while. But anyway, in their socialist country and all that stuff, you guys are familiar with Venezuela. Anyway, there's a few lessons that there's a few people in Venezuela that they have YouTube channels and stuff like that and blah blah blah. But these are a few of the lessons that they learned during, shit hit the fan scenario. All right. Now let's see here. Number one is just get out of the city. Know when you can get out. All right. If you haven't gotten out of the city, it's almost too late, if not already too late in some areas, because they're not letting you get anywhere, even out of the damn county or the state. But anyway, number two, 1 year of food may not be enough, and it may not be enough. Number three, don't tell anybody about your weapons. Don't tell anybody about your guns or any of that stuff. Just keep that under your hat. All right. Number four, learn to repair everything. Because, it's not going to be as easy as going down to the auto parts store or going down to the mechanic shop or any of that shit. You just, like if you need to repair your washing machine or your vehicle or whatever it is, you're going to have to learn how to repair it, because honestly, man, it's just not going to be like it was at all anymore. All right. Number five, friends leave. Friends will leave, they'll just pack up and go. And, there's some people, man, they saw people they loved and friends of theirs all leave and left them behind, basically, and that comes to number six. Friends will also die. They'll either be killed or they'll die of natural whatever, because of the shit that's going on. And I'm not even talking about the fucking cornholio virus or whatever, I'm not even talking about that. This is just a socialist fucking country going fucking nuts, basically communism. And this is where this country is trying to force us into right now. Anyway, number seven is just make sure you can keep all your guns concealed. You know what I mean? If you have them on you, just keep them concealed. Don't show them off. Keep them hidden. So like, rifles and stuff like that, especially in public, dude, you cannot do that, because people will, they'll try and demonize you. They'll try and steal it from you. They'll try and kill you for that. Eventually it'll get to that point. Even cops in Venezuela were getting killed just for their guns. Because in Venezuela, it's outlawed. Guns are outlawed. So, there's a good possibility they'll try that shit here. And then, anybody that is found with a gun, they're flat out a criminal just because. Anyway, or they'll get killed because guns become valuable. Anyway, Number 8, homesteading is not going to be the magic bullet. Because honestly, like, what he was trying to get at is that he noticed that there were so many farms and homesteads that were just left abandoned. Because you can't just, in that situation, which it may very well be here the same, you can't just jump in your F-150 and go down to the damn store and spend $1,000 on supplies, for your garden or your livestock or whatever, and then come back and then you're all right. You just can't do that. It just won't. It's not there. You're not able to do that. So homesteading, unless you've got it to the point where you don't need supplies like fertilizer or feed or whatever, if you don't need any of that and you got everything kind of like self-sustaining, that's fine, good to go. But it's not a magic bullet. And socialism sucks ass. That's number 9. And number 10, communism sucks even bigger fucking ass. All right. 11, have several sources of income. Because if socialism is coming, the income is going to be a big deal. And a lot of people that, they spent their whole lives or a good portion of their lives to build this company or this business, and they just lose every fucking thing. And then, they're just as broke as everybody else. All right. 12. Politics matters. Fuck the politicians. Because they're crooked bastards. They're just nothing but thieves. They're fucking parasites, sucking off our labor, and So, number 13, don't get attached to stuff. Yeah, because you might have to leave a bunch of stuff behind. You might have to. 14, get a second passport or a second citizenship. Now, I really am not sure about that, but they said it was. They were talking about how valuable it was to have a dual citizenship or like a second passport, a second citizenship, so you can be in other countries and stuff like that and all whatever. That's something to think about, which I still need to think about, because I don't even have a passport for here. I'm technically not a citizen of this country. I'm a man. I live on this geographic location. I'm not a fucking piece of property. But anyway, 15. In socialist country, you will get punished for being in the middle or high classes. Like for instance, in there they have all these roaming blackouts. And the way they were getting, the middle class and the higher class were getting punished was those blackouts would happen more often in those type of areas, those middle class type areas and high class areas. Now the poor areas would have a little bit more better electricity. They wouldn't have as many blackouts. But it ends up being in the middle class and the high class, they'll end up getting punished just because socialism sucks. All right, 16, lighting. Lighting is a big thing when power is hardly around. So, getting to, know how to fix like LEDs and run everything off of batteries and that's another thing too. Learning how to, work on generators and, getting that kind of stuff. Now, this guy, now this is number 17. Now he happened to mention when he went out and he got like a year or so worth of food, he was mostly getting grains and stuff like that, because that lasts a longer time. But, after about a year or so, after a couple of years or whatever, he starts to think, it would have been really nice if he had like like canned meat or canned vegetables or something like that, canned food. And, to supplement your diet in a sense, so you can get a little bit more than just grains and shit. All right. Let's see here. What was the other ones? There's a few more. Number 18. Good quality tools. That's something you need to, kind of hold on to, is good quality tools. Like, for instance, like, I don't know what everybody carries in their everyday carry type, the EDC thing. I've got this is not the best one in the world, but I carry what is this? Like a multi-tool. It's not the best one, but I carry that with me all the time. I carry a few blades on me also. I carry a couple of knives. But good quality tools. Something that will not break on you. And like, I know some old, Chinese-made fucking wrenches ain't worth a shit. Cheap fucking steel. But, that becomes something very valuable. Good quality tools. Number 19, learn to improvise. That's a good thing right there. Just learn to improvise. Number 20, learn to cope with stuff and be flexible, because it's going to be a long, bumpy ride. This is the 1122 Wingnut Radio. I'm out here for Anarchy TV, and I'm back out.